Ezreal Jungle patch 6.22. So I'm just going to return all the points as usual. Go through each of the decisions individually. I'll quickly show the runes. I'm just using my generic 80 carry page. 8.5 damage, and then some of these are attack speed. For the Masteries, I just ran Expose Weakness here because for Ezreal Jungle, realistically, you don't need First Blood, you don't need Feast. Might as well get the extra damage if you tag someone. I think even if you hit someone with your ult, then your allies would deal more damage to them after that, so it might help you get assists or something like that. Now, Vampirism is actually super relevant on Ezreal, except that you can kite the camp so well. I think for fastest possible clear, and because he scales well on attack damage and ability power, you take natural talent here. Double-edged sword, again, you just want to have as much damage as possible as early in the game as possible, so that's what I opt for. An armor penetration to Fervor Battle. People want to act like this is super nerfed, and while it is nerfed from the previous version, this is probably the power level that Fervor Battle should always have been at. I think it was the clear-cut winner in terms of like a pure DPS. 1 versus 1. Warlords would never beat Fervor in a pure 1 versus 1, but because crit exists and because this synergizes with crit, there's like certain situations where Warlords users will win against Fervor Battle that I think Warlords is probably the better mastery overall right now. But this is for Ezreal Jungle. Savagery, pretty obvious. Unless you like can instantly clear the jungle for free like Ivern, you don't want Wanderer on your jungler. For Ezreal Jungle, I actually take Runic Affinity because buff duration is really relevant. Merciless for the extra damage, of course. Dangerous Game. And that rounds out the Masteries. You can actually see what the clear looks like now as I will take us into game.
This way. Careful.
So I actually did try this path before recording this video. So you'll have the extra benefit of my first failure.
Over here.
I wonder if the speakers are up too loud. Well, whatever it is, you'll have to deal with it because I'm only going to record this once. I'm not going to do any fancy editing
30
for the
seconds
music.
until minions spawn.
The main reason that I want to start blue with Ezreal is for the cooldown reduction, but mainly it's to get a favorable jungle pattern.
Minions have spawned.
And I'll be able to kite this camp pretty well. So what you want to kind of do is put yourself in proximity of the buff. And you want to try and get it to start an auto attack animation and then get out of the range of it. Because what you're doing is you're causing it to stumble around a lot. And I'll demonstrate that here. You don't want it to like ever fully reset. You see, it had to take like 4 steps to hit me there. Another 2 steps there. Another 2 steps there. I just canceled there, but it saved me a little bit of health. Alright, sorry, it would have saved me a little bit of health if I had kept my passive up through that. And you can actually leash the Gromp out pretty far when you're clearing. Another cancel there, but it was so that they all wouldn't attack me. And you can actually see how far you can pull it out. I'm going to benefit from a little bit of extra experience, but that's okay. Then on Ezreal for this time, you really want to kite it out to its fullest extent. Keep your passive up through when it resets. That way you're not just like full tanking the whole camp. After you kill a couple of them, then you can take it. And this is how you stay healthy in the clear. Obviously you want to keep up your passive if you're able to from camp to camp. Skip red through here. Keep your passive up again. Again, we're just kiting everything around. I've only got refillable pots. This big one hasn't landed an auto on me in a while. There was the first one in a while.
No problem.
Okay, so then we're going to be at 5 stacks in this game.
Time to strike.
And it's super easy. So that's pretty quick. I actually made a couple of mistakes, so the clear is actually like slightly better than that. But it should be noted, I always miss the crab with my first skill shot. I have no idea why. It's probably because I'm not very good. But the only reason I got level 5 is because I took a creep from the middle. That was actually an accident. So I think you would go like Blood Razor or Warrior.
Agreed.
On Jungle Ezreal, but by the time I get over here, this will have spawned. See, it just spawned right now. But more importantly, by the time I finish with this camp, then this camp will be ready, and that camp will be ready. So this pattern sets you up for a good clear. And as you can see, if you're not under threat, you can W yourself for a better clear.
It's all skill. And
see how far you can actually take that out. You don't have to be tanking that camp the whole time. Keep your passive up between camps. And as you can see, I started with refillable. Now the clear is just pretty easy. This is when you start power clearing. This camp isn't even ready yet, so we'll lose our passive, but not a big deal.
Your environment.
And this big actually canceled an auto attack there, so that would have been even faster than level 6 here. But yeah, I'm right on timing with everything else. See how easy like you just get a little bit of extra experience from somewhere that you shouldn't be able to normally, and it's just so much easier. And now since I'm ahead of the curve in this jungle, everything just dies pretty easily. I've got no mana left, but the blue buff is about to be up again, so if you really had nothing to do, you could just sit in the jungle all day and clear.
Who needs a nap?
And you actually get a pretty decent amount of money now. So being able to get like this many minion kills from the jungle. There's like 2 extra here. There's like 6 extra creeps there.
Let's go.
The jungle farm numbers are going to be heavily inflated as compared to last season. But yeah, this was not meant to be like an impressive clear by any means. It just